Side note that Muslims supposed to be anti-Semitic. Let's have a look into history. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, had already interaction with the Jewish community. And this is how it happened. For 13 years, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he was preaching in Makkah from the year 610 until 622. So he was preaching monotheism there, but there were many idol worshippers. Some people, they embraced the message in Makkah, but some people, they came after his life. So he went to Medina to escape those people. In Medina, there were many Jewish tribes. So the very first thing what the Prophet did was, he made a constitution called the Medina Charter. And the Medina Charter says that the Muslims and the Jewish people, we are going to be one people. They will look out for each other. They will protect each other. In that way, the superpowers of that time, Persia and the Byzantines, couldn't come after the Jews. Also, the Egyptians, they all used to come after the Jewish people. So Jewish people were at the brink of extinction. The Muhammad, peace be upon him, when he moved from Makkah to Medina by the Charter of Medina, he gave protection, safety, and the freedom to the Jewish people. They were like a small Jewish state within the true Islamic state. Many people don't know that fact. Islam came and protected the Jewish people when they were at the brink of extinction. Later in history, after the Prophet, when the Jewish people were kicked out by the Romans in about 70 AD and then onwards, they were not able to practice their faith in Palestine. However, when Muslims took over Palestine around the year 637, they invited them back again, the Jewish people. Muslims gave them the protection and the safety and home again. Or when the Crusaders came approximately in the year 1099, they slaughtered 30,000 Muslims in the Mosque Aqsa, and they slaughtered 25,000 Jewish people in the synagogues. So at that time in 1187, Salahuddin Ayyubi, a Muslim person, came with the army. He freed the Jewish and the Muslim people in Palestine, and then he invited all the Jewish people back again to Palestine. See, the trend goes on, how Islam and Muslims keep on saving and protecting the Jewish people. In 1190, Jewish people, they were kicked out from England. They cannot live in England for about 4 centuries. Until the 1700s, the Jewish people were kicked out for 4 centuries. They were kicked out for many centuries in Portugal, in Italy, in France and Germany. Even before the World War II, they were kicked out. Every single time they were kicked out, they went to the Muslim land, and Muslims gave them safety and the protection and home. Then the Spanish Inquisition in 1492. As explained in the documentary, when the Jewish people were kicked out from Spain, they went to the Ottoman Empire. They went to Morocco and Algeria and Tunisia and to Palestine. Muslims opened their hands and their hearts. Then lastly, when World War I happened, Christian countries, they were handing over the Jewish people to the Nazis, but all the Muslim countries made a pact, saying that not a single Jew is going to be handed over to the Nazis. So Albania, the Kosovo, Bosnia, Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, and Turkey, and Iraq and Iran, they all made the pact and writing false papers for the Jewish people, saying that these are our people. We're not going to hand over them to the Nazis. In that way, 200,000 Jewish people, they were saved by the Muslims. That is history, and we need to teach this, especially in these tough times that we are going through. Lastly, one assignment should be given. If you go to Google and type in the Jewish Journal, there is an article in there. You can type the name of the article. What did the Muslims did for the Jews? And this is written by a Jewish professor by the name of Dr. David Forstein. The very first sentence the Jewish scholar wrote down is, Islam saved the Jewry. All throughout the centuries. That's a big deal, right? How dares the mainstream media lies so heavily about the bravery and the justice of the Muslims and claim anti-Semitism Shame on them. And dear people, do not fall for their indoctrination. The anti-Semites are they themselves. Wake up.